Hello people, we're back with a update to the VMU. Ignore the amperage reading here. It sure looks impressive that the gauge has malfunctioned. This is our VMU here, and I came across some interesting things. I was having a problem with the VMU as far as getting back to the mileage gains that I had been able to achieve before. And I just beat my head trying to figure out why. And apparently there's been a misprint in the early assembly instructions, wiring instructions that come with the VMU. It states that on all of your sensor wires, whether that be the map sensor or any of the oxygen sensor wires, always utilize the black wire as the wire going back to the VMU control box, and the red wire going to the actual sensor, whether that be the oxygen sensor or the map sensor. And guys, that must have been a typo, because the reason my mileage gains have taken a dump was the wires are crossed. I was actually removing voltage and not adding voltage to the circuit. Anyhow, I received an email from Alex, the man who's designed the VMU, and I believe the early manuals did have a typo. And to simply do the reverse, make sure all of the red wires, all of the red leads on your sense wires are the leads, in fact, that go back to the VMU. I accomplished that task this afternoon, and we're back where we need to be. And I have visually been able to prove that with the OBD2 reader and display. So I'm very pleased. We're back again. Everything should be actually not only as well but better. My cell temperatures, guys, have dropped phenomenally. That's just unbelievable. I'm running on the high side in the 130s just for being able to pulse the signal instead of using a direct voltage. Also, I've had several of you ask a few questions pertaining to the pulse width modulator on the VMU control box. And what I do know is this, from the research I've done, and not a tremendous amount on pulse width modulators, but to come up with the type of a circuit that could carry a consistent 85 amps is saying something. And the unit does have a huge heat sinks on it. It certainly has the ability to remove a lot of heat internally. And I'm only running one cell. So, you know, I could safely, very safely, I could add another cell, if not two more cells, frankly, because I'm running around 15 amps now. I've also been able to decrease the amperage to the unit without a reduction in the amount of hydrogen that I'm able to generate. So I wished I would have began tinkering with the pulse width modulator some time ago. I believe that's a key link to some of Stan Deo's work, which involved frequency and a pulse circuit. Somehow converting the reactor to a capacitor, where the actual capacitor would charge up, or your reactor cell, to the point that it just couldn't take any more and literally destroy the water, ordinary tap water. That'll be the next area that I'm really interested in playing around with. I've ordered a separate 60 amp pulse width modulator off of the internet just to do some benchtop testing. And I've been accumulating some of the circuit diagrams of Stan's work, some of his accomplishments. And that'll be real interesting because we're actually attempting to do the same thing without having to utilize brute force electrical current in some form of a medium, an electrolyte, such as we're using with this system, the KOH. That being said, I'm really looking forward to a nice long trip. I'll be going out of town tomorrow, and we'll see if we're back on track, and actually not only back on track, but hopefully have made a few improvements. Certainly have the ability to visually monitor what's going on in the system now much better than I were before. And I will keep you posted, guys. If there is anybody out there who has the VMU, please take the time to drop me a message, because I'd really like to get with you and discuss a few things. So if there is, somebody chime in with me if you would. And that's all for now, and I will touch base with you guys later. Peace.